and welcome to the very first episode. So I'm super excited to be here. I have to confess right off the bat that I have been super nervous to do this, and I have been procrastinating till the very last minute to actually do this. This is the very first episode, and it's a bit of the new and the unknown. So I have kind of had my hesitations and I'm excited, but a little bit scared, obviously, for the unknown. But yeah, I'm jumping into the deep end, and I hope you guys will be kind. And but please give me any constructive criticism. But yeah, hi, my name is Lindi, and welcome to today's episode. So I decided to do the very first episode and just talk a little bit about me. So from next week, it'll be all different topics. It'll be different content and interviews and a lot of very amazing content. But for today, it's going to be all about me. So I know most of you are as busy as I am, so I'm going to try and keep things short and sweet and do a quick introduction and then a little bit longer version at the end. So don't feel bad if you have to jump off after 10 minutes. That's also fine. So I have introduced myself, and I want to tell you a little bit more about my story. So about 5 years ago, I felt completely stuck. I felt like I was living the same day over and over again, and I was just sick and tired of living the same life every day. I needed something different. I needed to try and push myself out of my comfort zone and something to just challenge me. Um, and to make a very long story short, I ended up quitting my job. Me and my husband ended up moving to Dubai from South Africa. I was there for a few months, and then I got pregnant and I became a stay-at-home mom. And like a lot of moms, I felt like I needed something more. I felt like I needed something to challenge myself a little bit, something that I feel like I'm using my brain again, and that I feel like I'm challenging myself. And I started a side business, helping another business with their marketing and helping them with other clients and online marketing. And fast forward a few years, about 4 years later, we decided to move. My husband got a job opportunity, and we packed up and moved again. And we moved to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, in Europe. Very exciting. So that's when I kind of decided to take this side business full time. But like most moms, I'm not doing anything half. So I am still stay-at-home mom, but still full-time side business hustling, and just trying to do something for myself as well. So now I lecture remotely for digital marketing. I grow my business every single day and work on it every morning and during the day, obviously. And I'm able to still be a stay-at-home mom. My daughter goes to a playgroup twice a week, and mornings like this, I'm able to take her to a friend's house and play with her. And then in the afternoon, I'm able to work and do what I love and do what fuels me, but not at her expense, which I absolutely love. So if you are anything like me, you'll know that we try and do everything. We try and keep everyone happy. We look after the family, the kids, the husbands, the dogs, the cats, and everyone. And then we are very last in line. So a few years ago, I decided to slowly but surely to start and change that. And that is more or less where I am today. So a little bit more in detail. I'm a certified digital marketing expert. I've completed my certification. I have my degree and honors degree in communications and marketing, which I did in South Africa. After completing my degree, I worked for a company and helped them with their marketing, a bit more traditional marketing, uh, journalism, and then moved on a little bit more towards online and websites and so on. And after that, I challenged myself to a complete different industry, to moving towards event management, which I really loved. And it was a great challenge. It was really long hours, but I really, really enjoyed that. Um, from there, I started a lecturing job, full-time lecturing job, and I absolutely loved that. I loved teaching, I loved working with students, and I think that's where I really ignited my passion for helping others and educating and doing that on a larger scale. So to a large extent, I feel like that has still fueled what I'm doing today. And that was the foundation and the building blocks for what I'm doing today, which is helping other people in the same boat that I am, starting their own side business, their own project, trying to keep everything and everyone still intact, but doing something for themselves as well. So the lecturing job is what I quit and which I moved from when we moved to Dubai. And now I am still lecturing, but this time part-time, and I do it all from wherever I am, wherever we are in the world. We do love to travel. So in the last year, we've been in the UK, and we've been in Amsterdam, and we've been in Switzerland, and we've been in Dubai, and in South Africa. And we really, really love it. I love it that I'm able to move around and go on holidays and go when my husband's got leave and whenever I want to, and still be able to run my business and still do what I'm passionate about. So let's rewind quite a bit to a bit of the younger days. I grew up in South Africa, and that is where I first finished school, in an all-girls school. As a teenager, I quite protested that. Um, to my mom's disgust. Now, years later, thanks, Mom. I absolutely loved my school. Um, and I think I was a better student for that. So yeah, fast forward a few years, I did my degree in communications and marketing in a small town called Potchefstroom in South Africa. And then from there, did my honors degree in Pretoria, the capital of South Africa. And yeah, that is where I truly realized when I was doing my thesis that I want to focus on the digital world. I want to focus on social media and website design and what type of impact businesses can have when they use tools like those. Yeah, as a lecturer, a few years later, I remember that I've always had this passion to travel, and I've always wanted to just move to a different country and immerse myself in different cultures and push my boundaries always. And yeah, so a few years later, as a lecturer, I remember it was actually exam time, and I remember walking up and down and checking all the students were busy writing the exams, and that was normally my time to think. And I remember thinking to myself that I need to step out of this. I need something new. I need a challenge. I absolutely love what I'm doing, but I'm too young to do this for the rest of my life. And I remember I went home that day and I said to my husband, listen, we need to talk. And I remember his face, and he was absolutely petrified, like most guys are when you say something like that. But I remember sitting him down and saying to him, I want to move. I want to do something else. I want to go overseas. I want to travel. I want to do something. But unfortunately, money was tight and we were quite in debt. And there wasn't money to just pack up and let's just travel, or let's just travel for 6 months or a year or whatever the case may be. We bought a house and we bought a car and everything that you're supposed to do after you're married, right? Um, but there was no time for being spontaneous. There was no time for following all the passions. And for some reason, it was easier to just immerse ourselves in something completely different than just making a small change. And yeah, my husband spoke to some of his contacts, and later on, he got a job offer in Dubai. And few short months later, we moved to Dubai. And I think Dubai, we spoke about this the other day. Dubai was the big change for us. Dubai is where we truly realized what type of life we want and what type of life we can have. I went for quite a few interviews in Dubai to get a full-time job. And as I was doing the interviews, I realized that I don't want the 9 to 5. I don't want my husband to travel for work, or to me wanting to travel for work and then saying, sorry, honey, I need to stay home because I've got my 9 to 5. I can't come. And starting my own business became this kind of this dream, but no, I seriously can't do that. Like, really? No, just shoved it aside. And then I went for another interview and another interview. And with every interview, this passion kind of grew bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is where I realized I wanted a career that gave me flexibility. Flexibility to travel, flexibility to make my own hours, flexibility to do what I want to do and not look into someone else's eyes. And I went for an interview, and at the time it sounded like an amazing job. And if you want to go read one of my blogs, I said why I didn't get that job, where I actually got the job, but I actually declined, where they offered me the job at a reasonable pay. And they said, but the job is for 6 days a week. So 5 days full and the 6th day half day. And I remember just sitting there in the kind of the negotiations. And I remember prepping myself for anything they could possibly throw my way. And I remember sitting there and thinking to myself, this is a deal breaker. I can't do this. We can't ever go away for weekends. We can't go away for longer periods of time. If we do decide to start a family, I'm stuck. And I'm living a 9 to 5 with absolutely no flexibility. And I hated that. I hated to think to myself that we moved all the way to Dubai for this new, amazing life. And this is what I was kind of going to settle for. And I ended up saying, thank you very much, but no thank you. I'll get back to you, but I doubt it. And I walked away. I walked away from a career as a communications and marketing specialist to a very famous speaker in Dubai and a very influential business person who had four franchises in the rest of the world, also doing marketing and communications, which I think would have been an amazing experience. But now looking back, I realized that that was one of the best no's that I had ever said. That was one of the biggest changes in my life. And now, fast forwarding a few years, me and my husband always spoke about living in Europe. So that was, yes, we did the first move. We have that under our belt. And as soon as that happened, we were kind of like, yeah, but what about Europe? Like, this area of life, or this area of the world is really nice, but let's do something else. Let's do Europe. And a few months later, same thing happened. His company approached him and said, do you want to move? And we're like, well, my wife just started her business in Dubai, and well, let's try it. And that's where I realized that the path that I was building and the business that I was building in Dubai was absolutely perfect, because I could, in a moment's notice, pack up everything and move to Europe and still have my business. So in 2019, we moved to the Netherlands, where we intend to stay for at least a while. So for now, we're talking about 5 years, but who knows? Life is short. We might move again. But don't tell my husband yet. um, so yeah, so what do I do now? I help women to start and grow their own businesses by using online marketing. I help them create their own websites and strategize. What do they want to do next? How to immerse themselves in email marketing and use that to their advantage. How to use social media and Facebook and Instagram, and how to do all of that on a very limited budget, because I know what it's like to start off and to build that into something you can truly be proud of, to do something that you can call your own again, something besides cooking the meals and doing diaper changes and potty training and having kids run around and doing all the normal chores, and in Europe, cleaning the houses and doing all the laundry and all of the rest of it, and feeding the dog and walking the dog. So I'm really excited for this next chapter. My previous business was called Be Known Marketing Services. Some of you may know it. And I've called this new part of going under my own name as Lindi van Heerden as a launch of a new business, whereas it's not a new business. I think it's just a good combination of what I have done up to this. I think this is a good, I've had very good experiences in my life, and this new venture is a good combination of everything that I have done, everything that I've compiled, and everything that I've grown is all getting to this point, and I'm super excited. And I'm so excited for you guys to be here. And going forward, podcasts will and videos will be about 15, 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but I always try and keep them short and sweet, mostly because I know that's what I'm looking for. So whenever I have time or I'm going for a walk, I always try and look for a quick 30-minute podcast or something that can help me out. And I feel like it would kind of be a lie to do anything other than that. So I will not be pushing the timeline on that. I know, especially for working moms or stay-at-home moms, time is so valuable. So yeah, so I'm really excited that you're here. I'm excited to help you create more greatness and achieving what you've only thought to be a pipeline dream. I'm excited because this means more amazing role models for our kids, which I'm so excited for. I'm excited for my daughter to see strong women and to follow their footsteps. And I feel like we need more strong females, not only running the households, but also running their businesses and showing others that it can be done. I think it's so important for females to mind their business and mind their finances and not be dependent on anyone because you have to, but depending on others because you want to. And if you have a dream to start a side project, whether it's for money or not, if you want something more from your life, then you're at the right place. So thank you so much for joining me. That is a quick session, but welcome and thank you for listening to the end. And that is me in a nutshell. And I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions or topics that you would like me to cover, please let me know. Please comment. If you know me, hi. Please let me know what you would like to know more about my life. I will be going a little bit deeper into our experience in moving to Dubai and then the Netherlands and our life in South Africa as well, and starting my business and giving you literally the full view where nothing is off guard. So thank you so much for joining me and hope you have an amazing day.